The history of Kievan Rus, the medieval federation that laid the foundation for modern-day Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, is a compelling tale of conquest, diplomacy, and cultural transformation. Emerging from the mist of legend and the reality of Norse adventurism, Kievan Rus evolved into a major political and cultural force in Eastern Europe before succumbing to internal fragmentation and foreign invasion. This essay traces the key events and rulers that shaped the trajectory of Kievan Rus from its Varangian origins to its downfall under the Mongols. Hello and welcome to the Knights of the Steppe YouTube channel. Let's dive into the history of Kievan Rus. Prior to the emergence of Kievan Rus, in the 9th century, most of the area north of the Black Sea was primarily populated by Eastern Slavic tribes. In the northern region around Novgorod were the Ilmen Slavs, a neighboring Krivichi, who occupied territory surrounding the headwaters of the West Dwina, Dnieper, and Volga rivers. To their north in the Ladoga and Karelia regions were the Chud, various Baltic Finnic people. In the south, in the area around Kiev, were the Polyane, the Drevliane to the west of the Dnieper, and the Severiane to the east. To their north and east were the Viatici, and to their south was forested land settled by Slav farmers, giving way to steppe lands populated by nomadic herdsmen. But Kievan Rus began not with Slavic tribes alone, but with the Varangians, Norse warriors and traders from Scandinavia, known in Eastern Europe as Rus. The Rus are first mentioned in the Annals of Saint Bertin, which records their presence in a diplomatic mission from Constantinople to the court of Louis the Pious in 839 AD. The annals claim they were Swedes, and this is possible, but their ethnicity has never been firmly established. The story of the arrival of the Rus in the east is first told in the primary chronicle, also known as the Tale of Bygone Years. The primary chronicle was probably completed by 1113 at Kiev and was once attributed to the monk Nestor. The chronicle is regularly alluded to as a historical narrative, but it has been challenged as it contains a number of mythic or legendary aspects. Even so, archaeological evidence from the region supports many, though not all, of the events it describes. According to the primary chronicle, the local Slavic tribes invited the Varangians to rule over them in order to bring peace and order in 862 AD. In the same year, a Varangian chieftain named Rurik accepted this invitation and settled in Novgorod, becoming the founder of the Rurikid dynasty, which would rule Rus and its successor states for centuries. Upon Rurik's death, power passed to Oleg of Novgorod, a relative who acted as regent for Rurik's young son. Around 882 AD, Oleg seized Kiev, a vital trading hub of the Dnieper River, and proclaimed it the capital of the Kievan Rus. From Kiev, Oleg forged a powerful federation by uniting northern and southern territories under his control. His ability to secure favorable trade treaties with the Byzantine Empire earned him the reputation of the visionary ruler, later remembered as Oleg the Prophet. Oleg was succeeded by Igor of Kiev, Rurik's son, whose reign was marked by continued consolidation and conflict. In 945 AD, during a tax collection mission, Igor was assassinated by the Drevlians, a Slavic tribe resisting his authority. Igor's widow, Olga, assumed regency for their son, Sviatoslav I. Her rule was notable not only for maintaining stability, but also for her ruthless revenge against the Drevlians. Her campaign of vengeance, burning cities, executing leaders, and humiliating the tribe was legendary. Olga later became the first ruler of Rus to convert to Christianity, traveling to Constantinople and embracing Eastern Orthodoxy, although her son would remain a pagan. Taking power in his own right around 963 AD, Sviatoslav I launched military campaigns that significantly expanded the realm's influence. He defeated the Khazar Khanate, extended control into the Balkans, and secured strategic trade routes. Despite his military brilliance, Sviatoslav failed to establish a stable succession, leading to fractious conflict after his death in 972 AD. After Sviatoslav's death, power struggles led to the rule of Yaropolk I, and eventually to the rise of his half-brother, Vladimir the Great. Vladimir initially secured his throne with the help of Varangian mercenaries. As ruler from 980 to 1015, Vladimir became one of the Kievan Rus' most transformable figures. In 988 AD, Vladimir converted to Eastern Orthodox Christianity and ordered the mass baptism of the population of Kiev, marking the spiritual birth of the Christian Rus. His conversion was tied to a diplomatic marriage to the sister of Byzantine Emperor Basil II. In exchange, Vladimir sent Varangian troops to help Basil quell the rebellion in Constantinople. These elite Norse warriors formed the nucleus of the famed Varangian Guard, imperial bodyguards, and a Byzantine court. After brief turmoil following Vladimir's death, his son Yaroslav I emerged as Grand Prince. His rule represented the apex of Kievan Rus in terms of political stability, territorial expansion, and cultural achievement. Yaroslav enacted the first legal code, the Ruskaya Pravda, promoted education, established the Saint Sophia Cathedral, and married his daughters into European royal families, strengthening Rus' international standing. Yaroslav's death in 1054 AD sparked a succession crisis among his sons. Civil wars erupted, and the once unified federation splintered into rival principalities. Though Kiev remained symbolically important, real power shifted to the regional centers like Novgorod, Vladimir, and Galicia-Volhynia. This internal disunity left Kievan Rus vulnerable to external threats. The increasingly fragmented districts and policies pursued their own agendas, often allying against one another. The final blow came with the Mongol invasion. In 1223 AD, a Mongol reconnaissance force annihilated a Rus coalition at the Battle of the Kalka River. In 1237 AD, the Mongols returned with a full force under Batu Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson. After a brutal campaign, Kiev was besieged and destroyed in 1240 AD. The once proud federation of Kievan Rus ceased to exist as a unified entity. Its lands fell under the domination of the Mongol Golden Horde, ushering in centuries of vassalage and fundamentally altering the political landscape of Eastern Europe. From its Varangian foundations to its Christian transformation and ultimate destruction by Mongol conquest, the history of Kievan Rus is a saga of dynamic change. It represents a critical chapter in the evolution of Slavic world and continues to influence the cultural and political identities of modern Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. The legacy of Kievan Rus, its law, religion, and royal lineage, would echo long after its fall, shaping the destinies of Eastern Europe for generations to come. Thank you for watching.